Hi guys, welcome to another video of my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to be covering an extremely good Chainblade build that I use for any behemoths that you can interrupt a ton. So these behemoths are Shriek, Embermane. Basically Shriek and Embermane, they can be really annoying because they just run at you a lot. I'm actually going to be testing it against them too in this video. So first, let's go over the build. And so, let's see here. The build consists of these perks you see here on the side that are +6. All the perks I have right here are +6 once I get all the +3 cells. So +6 conduit, +6 overpowered, +6 rage hunter, +6 rage strikes, +6 conditioning, and +6 molten. Those are all the +6 perks I will have after making this. But the most important one of them all is weighted strikes, which basically allows you to interrupt behemoths with your heavy attack on Chainblades that is ranged. So that's extremely good. And then molten basically increases your attack speed and is super good against what is it? Scorchstone Hellion. Now I'm going to say this build is for people that are quite a bit later on in the game, kind of mid game. That's where a lot of the armor and weapons and stuff come from, is kind of the mid game. So I'm just gonna warn you of that. So if you're a beginner and you're looking for a Chainblade build, this is not the build for you. Another thing is with the build we have. So I'm just gonna go over the cells. We have on the Chainblades. I don't have good Chainblade stuff. One second. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna swap that out. So, for our stuff on our Chainblades, we have Reaper's Dance is the one I would use. I wouldn't use Cruel Rift Strike just because it's hard. It's not as good for getting out of bad situations. This one you just jump up into the air and do damage as you're doing that. And then I'm just using Hurricane Blades, but that's because I don't have my Mastery leveled up a lot. And then Rage Hunter and Overpowered, as well as you have +3 Overpowered on your Inferno's Fangs, which is Hellion's Chainblades. And then Helmet it will have +3 Molten, and this is Hellion's Helmet with what will have +3 Molten, and it has +3 Rage Hunter as its base effect. And then you have +3 Molten as your Chestplate's base effect, which is Hellion's Chestplate. Has +3 Molten. And then I put +3 weighted strike cell on that. This one will have +3 weighted strikes as the base effect and +3 conditioning. This one will have +3 conduit and +3 conditioning. And then this one will have conduit cell on it, and I'm just using Embermanes. But I think Drask's is better for this build. It's harder to obtain, but I would get Drask's Lantern. I'm just keeping Embermanes on because I don't want to swap all the cells and stuff all the time when I'm switching between my repeater build and my Chainblade build. And then, yeah, that's basically the build. And then here are the tonics. So I have Frenzy Tonic, Bulwark Tonic, and Lifespring Phylon that I carry on me at all times with any build. So yeah, now we're just gonna go into a Blood Fire Embermane hunt just to prove how good this build is. And this is gonna be a solo hunt against Blood Fire Embermane. So yeah. And then some things you could use to swap out this build. Let me actually just go into Will's Borman. This is my main account, by the way. But some things you could use is some different Chainblades you could use if you don't have all the +3 cells. Is you can use either Pangars, Skarns. Pangars or Skarns can both work. They both have they can both have weighted strikes on them. So definitely do those. That's if you don't have +3 weight, like cells and stuff, and you don't have all the right upgraded stuff. Okay, so now let's go into this, and my stuff is all at 500 right now. Let's go. A Bloodfire Embermane Hunt. Guess we'll see how this goes. And the goal of this build is basically to be interrupting and staggering the behemoth constantly. So you interrupt the behemoth, then when they fly down, you stagger them, and then see, because if you can stagger them twice, which is possible if you're doing a ton of stagger damage, and stuff. And it is possible to stagger them twice. Let's see where this behemoth is. Now I do want you to keep in mind this is not the hardest behemoth you can fight with the Chainblades. I think some of the hardest ones are like Moonreaver Shriek. But Embermane just has the most interrupt windows, and that's basically the biggest thing with this build. That is literally the best about it, is how often you can interrupt with it. That's basically the reason I made this build. Where is he? Literally been running around in circles for so long. This is where I spawned. Oh, there he is. But if we can beat him fast enough, we can actually, if we can do enough damage really quick, we could actually beat him in his first phase. So we want him to run at us. Ready? Like that. Boom. You interrupted him. Now he's down. You're just gonna pound on him while he's down. Do his thing. Again. And you just do it over and over and over. There. Stagger. You really want to go for the legs and the heads if you want to do the most staggering. Missed the interrupt. Missed it again. Ah. That was a good interrupt. Going for the head. That should give me an elemental horn. You could also use this for getting elemental skull gem. I'm lagging a ton. I'm lagging so much. There we go. Actually very good. Come on, buddy. Okay, boom. See how often we are staggering him and interrupting him? That is exactly what you want in this build. There we go. And with your conditioning, you can actually get to him really fast. Come on, don't do that. Don't be a big butt face. Come here. You're really gonna be that way? Okay, have a little bit of decency. Come on. Let's see what we can do to him. Boom. We got a heal potion off in that time. Come on, stagger, 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 stagger. Come on, stagger. Okay, let's hope to stagger him while he's down. And keep in mind, this is a very hard, it can be a very hard behemoth for some people. With this build, it completely solves the problem. What? That literally, like, threw his body. Okay. So he teleported off into space. Oh, let's go get this. Okay, so going to get this big fat load. Actually pretty small. That's a thing. We did not get enough staggering. Oh, there he is. We did not do enough staggering and interrupting. Boom. Stagger. Let's hope to stagger these. There he goes flying. That did not look super clean. There we go. Beat the Bloodfire Embermane solo fight. Let's see, I think we got a lot of break parts. Let's see how good we did. Yep, we even got an elemental skull gem. Got a lot of good stuff. 9 dull arc stones. Very, very good hunt. Took a lot longer than it needed to. My fastest hunt against him was 3 minutes and 44 seconds, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap up this video, guys, but if you enjoyed and if you liked the build, please like and subscribe, and comment down below if you like this build. Bye, guys.